Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing great. We're halfway through the week. This week on Wednesday of Wisdom, we're still in Proverbs. When Jason called and asked me to go through this, I picked up Proverbs and was going through 11. It didn't take me too long to hit one that I just stopped and reflected and really stuck out to me. It's Proverbs 11:2. Pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Man, pride, that's a tough point. I know, honestly, I let my pride get in the way of a lot of things. And if we're all honest, we probably all let our pride get in the way. Pride doesn't always look like arrogance or loud self-promotion. Most of the time it sounds like, I've got this, I don't need help, and I know better. Man, I've said all three of those probably millions of times. I've had friends reach out, calling to check on me. I don't need your help or this or that. And at the end of the day, I really need their help. But it was me letting my pride get in the way. Or you think about when you've got to do something, and men most of the time want to be macho. You think you got this box that's way too heavy to lift, and someone asks if you need help. You're going to probably try to lift it yourself, end up getting hurt. But in reality, you should have took the help. Pride, it deceives us into thinking we're the center of everything, blinding us to flaws, risk, and correction. When pride shows up, disgrace follows almost immediately. Disgrace will show up as strained relationships, repeated mistakes, and inner shame. I know when I go through a season of letting my pride show up, it strains my relationships. It even strains my relationships with God. I won't be in the Word as much. I won't be seeking Him. I'll be trying to take my own problems on. And at the end of the day, I'm just digging a bigger hole for me. You'll fall into the trap of doing repeated mistakes. I know I've done that a million times. And inner shame. At the end of the day, I know when I have inner shame and my pride gets in the way, I end up feeling about that big. Pride blinds us just enough to keep us from seeing the warning signs. It convinces us we are self-sufficient, when in reality, we're the most vulnerable. On the other hand, humility is the alternative and the ultimate reward. Humility leads us to wisdom. Wisdom grows in our hearts. That we are willing to learn, repent, and listen. Man. If I would have known that a long time ago, it would have saved me a lot of heartache and pain. Learn, repent, listen. Still to this day, I struggle with that because I let my pride get in the way. A humble person invites God into their decision. They'll sit back and they'll pray. They just won't shoot from the hip and respond. They're going to take a moment, ask the Father what they should do. They don't pretend to know it all. And because of that, they begin to understand more. Jesus walked in humility, listening to the Father, serving others, and submitting to His will. This made me think of when Jesus washed the feet of, at that point, there's no more humbling act than Jesus washing feet. Especially at that time when you didn't have shoes and you had to walk through everything. The result wasn't disgrace, but it was resurrection glory. Humility aligns us with God's way of working. This proverb asks us to examine our posture, not just our actions. So I've got 3 questions here. Are we resistant to correction? Are we defensive when challenged? Are we teachable and dependent on God? I know the first 2 questions I really struggle with. I know I'm resistant to correction. A lot of the time, I want to think it's my way or the highway. It's not the way to be. Am I defensive when challenged? Yeah. When someone challenges me, I get defensive, and I'll admit to it. That's my pride coming out. That's my pride coming out in the first one. I need to really just step back and humble myself. Am I teachable and dependent on God? Man. Yeah. So, I'm going to ask another question and leave you guys to think about it. Where might pride be quietly shaping your decision? And what would humility look like there today? I will leave you guys on that. And God bless you guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week.